What's up, Lorehorse? Welcome back to another episode of the Lorem Pod. I'm Lex, and with me as always is Doom Corleone behind the computer and Henry, too many cooks, Castle. Today we're going to begin with Alex Perez's latest Q&A interview. So Doom, why don't you start us off?
Absolutely. Alex Perez just came out with another Q&A. We're about to go over some juicy stuff in here. So let's get right into it. First question from Wade. Hey, Alex. A while ago, you released an article where you said there's a possibility they might explore animated universes in Doomsday. Do you know if that's going to happen, or did the idea get abandoned or something? Alex responds, from what I have been informed, that idea is no longer happening. At the moment, there are 6 universes that we will see in Avengers Doomsday. Those are main MCU, Fantastic Four, X-Men universe, Doom's original universe, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe, and a pocket dimension, though I might be describing that last one incorrectly. It's basically the universe that's hidden away. So, who wants to start this one off?
Damn. Okay, well, that throws my whole thing with the X-Men 97 out the window, but still, that is a lot of universes, so we got a lot to look into it. But from what I'm excited to hear is that it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe is confirmed to be in there. So that little Doom controversy where we have that big fight in the beginning is starting to look like it's a possibility now, and I'm kind of scared, to be honest. But we've seen already Fantastic Four in the end of the Thunderbolts movie joining in, so we have that for sure. And then with X-Men being featured in the trailer, we have that one confirmed as well. But to say that they're gonna feature Doom's original universe, I think that's pretty cool to see. I mean, I'm been waiting to see a live action Ledberia, so hopefully we get to see that. And of course, MCU, they're all gonna collide together. So yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Perfect. Mr. Lex, what do you think about this question?
I gotta say that I do share Enrique's sadness because I really thought that we were going to explore the animated universes that MCU has been building up. However, I do gotta say, X-Men 97 might still be on the table, only because they never said which universe these X-Men characters are. All we saw was Beast and what's her name? What was Monica Rambeau's character?
No, it's Captain Marvel.
Photon.
Oh, yeah,
Photon.
that's it.
Photon. Yeah, thank you. I couldn't remember the name, but all we saw was Photon and Beast at the end of the Marvel's post-credit scene. So for all we know, that could be just a live-action version of X-Men 97. That's why, because we haven't confirmed which X-Men they are, whether it's the original Fox X-Men, I mean, obviously we know they're not, but the original Fox X-Men, the New Age X-Men, or X-Men 97, or whoever, I still have hopes that this will be a tie-in somehow to the animated X-Men 97, even though I doubt it, especially with season 2 of 97 being a apocalypse storyline and who knows what. However, I'm interested in the 6 universes that are going to be focused because Doom, help me out here. It says, let's see, where does it say directly? Doom's original universe and Fantastic Four. So does that mean in the Fantastic Four movie, where we saw the shots of Latveria, the empty chair, and we saw the post-credit scene of Doom going with Franklin, that's not our Doctor Doom in these Doomsday movies? That's not Robert Downey Jr.? Because they have that distinction, the Fantastic Four universe and Doom's original universe. So are we having 2 separate Dooms of the Fantastic Four and RDJ's Doctor Doom? I mean, Doom, like, what do you think?
So this actually aligns with the theory that I already had. So one thing I said about this Fantastic Four universe was that Doom possibly could be from a universe where the universe he's from is more like the comics. So it's more comic accurate. And basically, like the mainline MCU that we currently have is all doctored by He Who Remains. So what it means by Doom's original universe, at least the way I'm perceiving it, is that he could come from a universe where it's more comic accurate. So that's how I'm taking that. Do you guys have anything different?
For me, I'm not seeing it as it being more comic accurate. I mean, it could be a failed universe that he's probably reconciling and saying, "Oh, I need to go and fix or help fix these other universes that could be in trouble because of the whole universes colliding." If it were to be comic accurate, that would be exciting to see if possibly you could see his backstory with his father. I mean, that's going to be very dark, but it could set the tone.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering again, like, why that distinction? Because is the Latveria and the Doom that we were hinting to in the Fantastic Four movie another Doom? Or does that just mean that, like what you were saying, he came from, let's say, the comic book universe into the Fantastic Four universe and he just imposed himself as that universe's Doom?
Another thing I want to highlight is if you watched Captain America Brave New World, if you look at the summit where all the countries meet and they have a meeting of some sort, and you see Latveria and it's an empty chair. So if you look at this photo right here, it basically shows the Latveria symbol before Doom took over. So what this could be implying is that Doom hasn't taken over Latveria yet, but it will be a scene that we will see probably, if not in Doomsday, or it's already established. That's the way I'm taking it.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, Henry.
Or it could possibly be that little extra snippet they're teasing for that Endgame re-release that's happening in September. Who knows? They are teasing that there's going to be extra things added to the ending that could tie into Doomsday, and we don't know what exactly that could mean, but that could be it. So we'll have to wait and see.
Perfect. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So Michael asks, we all know that Earth 100005 has replaced Earth 1616 as the Earth that's colliding with the main Marvel Earth 616/199999. Loki is taking the place of the Beyonders from the original comic, and that T'Challa will not be involved, RIP. What other deviations and changes have been made from the original Time Runs Out comic in order to, for lack of a better phrase, fit better on screen? And then Alex responds, not necessarily Time Runs Out alone, but the Black Priests, Black Swans, and the Builders. Also, technically, we get a form of Illuminati 2.0, though they don't call themselves that. So who wants to start that one off? It's a little juicy.
Illuminati 2.0, and just from this image here, we see here what looks like, well, of course, T'Challa, Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, and remind me of that name of the one on the left again from the Inhumans?
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt, there you go. That's pretty badass. I mean, if we get to see Black Bolt again and hopefully not dead from Wanda, that would be really cool to see.
LOL.
I know it's that shouldn't have happened.
Just a quick insight.
Yeah.
Wasn't Black Bolt in Multiverse Madness?
Yeah,
he got
killed. Right? He was the first one. That was so dumb, but
what mouth?
Yeah, I know, but
and here we were all wondering what that mouth do, though.
Gosh,
what weren't we wondering?
I mean, he's with Medusa, you know. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's a pretty solid lineup. I mean, if they're not gonna call themselves the Illuminati 2.0, they gotta have some name. What do you think? What do you think they will call themselves?
Definitely not Illuminati 2.0. You gotta. I would think of something more clever, like I don't know, the corporation, something like that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if Black Bolt's in there, it's gonna be the Illuminati 2.0. But that's my pitch.
But just no, he can't talk to anyone though, or else he kills them.
Worth it.
God, oh God.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Well, before you do, I do gotta say though, do you think that this will be the entire, since we don't have a name yet, Illuminati 2.0, or will there be other maybe cameo, if not full-fledged members of this 2.0 Illuminati?
That's a good question. And I wouldn't think, well, with this lineup alone, it already looks stacked to be pretty high level players. So I wouldn't know who else would be added. I mean, I'd like to know if you have any idea who could be added.
I thought in the original comic, I thought Captain America was part of the Illuminati. So I think he could possibly be one.
Okay.
Namor is definitely in there. Even though he's not
Yeah.
pictured in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, T'Challa is right there.
Mhm.
But who will be playing T'Challa? This is the question. I heard Dan Ben Idris. I've also heard Denzel Washington Jr. Or, no, I'm sorry. I think I got that name wrong. David Washington?
The son, right?
Yeah.
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 I also heard, and this is gonna make Henry over here really happy, we're finally gonna get that live action Ryan Gosling is Black Panther
Oh no.
memes and everything. So I'm excited to see
I don't
Ryan
think they're
Gosling.
gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna do
We have the posters and all the pictures, so
No, I'm aware of the
Yeah.
memes. I'm aware.
Just so our fans understand, were we talking about the conversation we had off camera where we were talking about that new Black Panther that came out and he was white?
insert Ryan Gosling as Black Panther meme.
I'll take that as a yes.
But wasn't it not canon, but it was a what if of that there was a son that got the mantle of Black Panther that was blonde and blue eyed?
That's in the comics. Like
Yeah,
that's an actual run. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was actually a recently released comic at that.
So they could if they would, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
Well, never say never. Did you see that horrible show, Secret Invasion?
Yeah, don't remind me.
Super Scroll for the win. Let's go, Super Scroll.
Jeez.
But any other characters that you feel like they might add to, again, Illuminati 2.0? Or again, even if they're not like full-fledged members, just a cameo or something?
I think Doctor Strange has to be in there. It doesn't have to be the Doctor Strange that we know, but I think a variant of Doctor Strange definitely needs to be on that Illuminati.
Yeah, he's in the image, so I'm pretty sure he's definitely gonna be a member.
I was going off Multiverse of Madness, that's why. So, yeah.
Well, funny you should say, because the reason why I asked you to that question, and again, we're basing everything off of this photo right here, is because I feel like just like in Multiverse of Madness, there should be an X-Men representation to this new Illuminati 2.0, especially since X-Men is going to be the big selling point for Doomsday. I know people are probably going to go with Charles Xavier or Cyclops. I feel like a better choice would be Cable or Bishop, because we know they're time travelers. We know they've been through a bunch of crap and they've seen so much different possible timelines and variations just in their own comic book runs alone. So I feel like that gives them the leg up to be in this Illuminati 2.0 because, again, time travelers, they've seen most of the crap that these superheroes go through. And there's your X-Men representation. Do you guys feel anything about wanting X-Men representation there? Or what do you think about Cable and Bishop being part of Illuminati 2.0?
I think that's a solid choice, honestly. I mean, they do have the potential to warp into different times, so that's a good guess. I mean, I would love to see that too.
I'm sorry. I actually have a separate question. Are you guys familiar with the Black Priest?
Down
Like the one at my local church?
Where do you live again?
So where do you live?
I mean, where, any priest of any color can become part of a
I
church.
thought that was a metal band.
No, it's fine. We love all priests of all colors out here. But going back to my question, so the Black Priest, they're actually a very interesting group. I don't know too much about them, but from the little I've read, Doctor Strange aligns himself with them, and basically they have a power where they can only speak one word, and basically they think whatever they're gonna they think what they want as their power. It's such a weird power to explain, but yeah, basically whatever they want to happen, they think about it and it happens. Doctor Strange is able to get in their group, but he's able to manipulate that power in a way where he does not have to say a word. Like he can literally use that power for however he wants to use it. So it's very interesting, honestly, that the Black Priests are even mentioned in here, because I never thought, for Doomsday at least, that the Black Priest would even be involved, because it's too convoluted, I think, of a story to get to the general audience. But if they do have that at least as a tie-in in there, I think that would be pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, I'm in the same boat there. I'm vaguely know who the Black Priests are, but it would be interesting to see this play out.
But how about any X-Men representation? I know you finished saying that those are solid choices for Bishop and or Cable, but just X-Men representation alone for Illuminati 2.0?
I would like to see Beast, honestly. I know they had Mr. Fantastic in the original Illuminati and Multiverse of Madness, but having Beast in there would probably be a good, a smart scientific man that's also a mutant being a part of it. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I am going to agree with you, not because I feel like Beast is in the same level as like Mr. Fantastic, because obviously he's not.
Mhm.
However, and this is just more of a selfish in real life reason, I want more Kelsey Grammer. I mean, he was amazing in like the makeup and prosthetics in X3, but seeing his CGI body, and don't get me wrong, I know even Kelsey Grammer himself said that he wants to be in suit, not CGI, but just his voice alone, I feel like is the perfect Hank McCoy, where he's very posh and, very well spoken. But that scene from X3 where it's the final battle and he's fighting side by side with Wolverine.
Yes.
And Wolverine says something along the lines of like, "Oh, I thought you were a thinker or a scholar," and he goes like, "Oh well, like William Churchill says, one should never the hell with it, like just like go beat up bad guys."
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, dude, he has to be there.
Yeah, I would not mind Beast, not because I think it fits canon wise, but I just want that Kelsey Grammer.
Mhm.
What's up, Doom? What did you find out?
Okay, so I found a little article explaining the Black Priest a little bit, just to kind of break it down for our audience here. So basically, the Black Priests, they're an ancient order of incredibly powerful multiversal sorcerers. They were introduced in the New Avengers, Jonathan Hickman's New Avengers. Their mission isn't to conquer the multiverse, it's actually to save it. So during events called incursions, when two universes collide, the Black Priests believe the only way to preserve reality is to sacrifice one universe so the other can survive. So they're basically the multiverse's version of surgeons, making impossible decisions for the greater good. So, just an example. So, in the comics, Doctor Strange joins them and becomes their leader, known as the Eye of Eyes. So, they also play a major role in leading Strange toward an alliance with Doctor Doom against the true threat to the multiverse, making them a potential piece of the puzzle. So, if Marvel were to adapt that, it actually makes a lot of sense now that I broke that down. So, I think that would be pretty interesting.
I agree.
Okay, you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Walker asks Alex, "Hey Alex, thanks for doing these as always. Do you think we'll get any other projects set on Battleworld?" And Alex responds, "I hope we do, but I really doubt it."
Well, that was very bleak. That was a straightforward answer, but I mean, we get any project set on Battleworld. Oh man, there's a lot to do with it. you have a lot to play with. I mean, yes, it's still a little bit early. I know they just finished Doomsday and they're doing Secret Wars now, or they're in the middle of it. But you really have a lot to play with. But I guess there is the whole thing with running time. We can't really go all out with Battle World, so I guess I understand. But yeah, that's very bleak.
I mean, yes, there's a lot of story you can do with Battle World, but I feel like they're playing it safe, especially with Kang Dynasty. Because if you want to set up all of these projects, especially big name and big story projects, you don't want to risk another Kang Dynasty where you're like, hey, we got Battle World. Hey, we got this story right after we just did Doomsday. But, whoever these new lead actors or actresses, oh, well, they just got into a scandal. So we got to do another He Who Remains again. And, new character. And I don't know, just scrap the whole thing. So I don't read this as a we'll never touch Battle World. I just read this as a we're gonna play it safe and let's see how Doomsday goes. I mean, Doom, what do you think?
I'm basically right there with you, but I think what we can gather from this answer is basically we're not going to get Battle World anytime after Secret Wars, which I cannot say I really fault them for doing that, mainly because in the position that Marvel is in right now, they need to hit more home runs and stop trying to get base hits.
Let's go, Otani. Home runs.
I'm an Angels fan, but
He was a former Angel. You can still go for him.
He's still my angel now.
Baseball fans out there will understand why I am frustrated with that, but that's another topic for another day. But yes. As far as the Battle World thing goes, I mean, after Secret Wars, I don't really think you can touch that just because, I think that would set yourself up to have another Secret Invasion, really. So let's not have another one of those.
I mean, you like Super Scroll so much, so just
I love Super Scroll so much. I want to know why Gaia isn't trying to take over the multiverse.
that's for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next one. This is actually from the same person. So he asks Alex, you've recently teased that some heroes will fall into morally gray areas in Doomsday. Can you give us a hint on who some of those heroes might be? Alex responds, the X-Men for sure. Those guys have made some unbelievably dubious choices, but you can't really blame them because they've had no choice. Who wants to start this off?
All I got is this expression. Damn. Setting it up for us seeing a lot of death. I mean, especially with that trailer that they put out with, Cyclops going all crazy, the Sentinel in the background. Yeah, they're for sure defending their universe from the incursion. So I'm pretty sure they're basically hinting, yeah, they're going to kill some of our fan favorite characters. Possibly. And wow. That's going to be hard to see because, I mean, we all grew up with the X-Men, right? I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to see that on screen.
Can you give us a more specific, I want to know exactly what you're thinking. So tell me, who do you think is going to be the next person to die?
Man, I mean, I already said it before, and I feel like they're setting it up because they already have him as a big hitter, but I have a fear that they're going to kill off Thor somehow. I mean, he is already, I believe Chris Hemsworth is hinting at he's going to end his contract with playing Thor soon, so that could hint at his death. Also, for another character, I feel that they're going to kill off, or at least not exactly him, but Spider-Man, Tobey's Spider-Man, that they're going to kill off his universe, as we've all theorized that there's going to be that battle that happens, but that we're going to see possibly his MJ die or his Aunt May die. That's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt to see. I don't want to see it. But yeah, they're hinting at the X-Men surely gonna have to do a lot of fan killing of some fan favorite characters, and I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm gonna probably shed some tears with this, like we did with when they did the snap. It's probably gonna be worse. But yeah, how about you, Alan?
Go ahead, Mr. Lex.
Well, I mean, the word dubious alone, that's a big word right there.
Yeah.
It's 3 syllables, you know? Damn. Like Henry here was saying, we did have the trailer that was released. We do have all these online people sharing what they've seen, what they mean, implications. I do agree with Alex's answer in that out of the 4 groups that are confirmed to be in Doomsday, I know the first question said 6 universes, but it's mainly what? Our MCU, it is the X-Men, it is the Fantastic Four, and the 4th group that I'm putting in would be like the behind the scenes Loki, Doctor Strange, kind of like the more universal powerhouse hitters. Out of those 4 groups with, X-Men, Fantastic Four, X-Men is definitely the one where they're going to do morally gray stuff. And the theory of, was it Wolverine or was it Cyclops? No, Wolverine. The theory of Wolverine going against Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and killing him. There was this other theory too of, I want to say it was either Rogue or Jubilee. This one I don't believe because I just saw it doom scrolling. LOL, doom scrolling. But it's either Rogue or Jubilee killing off. What was her name? Oh, Elektra. So it was going to tie in the Daredevil Born Again like series into Doomsday 2 to be like, oh, hey, we have Elektra coming back with Bullseye in these, what is it, season 3 clips and trailers. Well, let's get the hype train and let's kill Elektra's Jennifer Gardner, or who was Gardner, right? Jennifer Gardner was
Jennifer
Elektra.
Gardner's from Fox.
Right. But that's the Elektra, right? From Ben Affleck's.
Yes.
Yeah. So, let's kill off Jennifer Gardner's Elektra. She was already there in Wolverine versus Deadpool. Yeah. So, like, oh, cool. Like, let's kill her off too. And it's going to be really, really cool to see that.
So now that we're talking about Elektra, I felt this is appropriate time to mention this. I was also doom scrolling last night, and I saw a report come from Complex saying that they're in talks with Elodie Young, who played Elektra in the original Netflix Daredevil. They're in talks with her to have her reprise her role for season 4. Season 3. Excuse me, season 3.
And reprise she shall, because damn. I mean, Henry?
I'm excited. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna.
You could tell.
All right. I don't know how exactly they're gonna rewrite that plot point. You all right?
He's researching, he's
I
he's
can see
talking.
that.
Yeah, he's deep in researching.
I could see that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're gonna rewrite that plot point, but it's interesting to see.
There's no plot point to rewrite. They just bring her back.
True.
Yeah, like poof.
Exactly.
I guess.
But yeah, going back to the original question. So X-Men, I do believe that's the easy target. Let them be morally gray. All these rumors going around. Since you asked Henry for the nitty gritty details, what I want, and I'm probably saying this only because you two are here, I want the OG Punisher characters from the movies to come out and they get killed off as well by the X-Men.
When you say OG Punisher, you're talking about Thomas Jane?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we get that already in Deadpool Wolverine?
I believe so.
It was mentioned, yeah, but I want to actually see them. Well, actually, I don't.
The Russian was in that scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah, but I want to see them actually killed off in front of our eyes. Like, I think that would be a cool way to tie in John. I cannot pronounce his last name. John Barthels or
Bernthal.
Bernthal. John Barthel's success in Punisher to get. Oh, look, these are the 2 people who played Punisher before you, and they died by the hands of the X-Men. I feel like that'd be cool too.
I don't know if that was. I think he's right in saying that. I believe Doom said that there was already a plot point in Deadpool and Wolverine that Charles's sister, I forgot her name, Cassandra Nova, that she killed them or killed Thomas Jane's Punisher. I don't know if that was correct, or that he was off doing something. But yeah, I think they said that he was killed off already. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
I think you might be correct. I don't know if it was Thomas Jane's Punisher though, because I think they were vague and they just said Punisher.
Mhm.
But you could be right on that.
Yeah, Thomas Jane's in the Fox universe though. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, I remember the Punisher being mentioned. I don't remember him being killed off though, because when they were in the base and and by they I mean Deadpool and Wolverine,
Mm.
when they were meeting Elektra, Gambit, X-23, they were mentioning all these characters like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about what happened to your Daredevil, to Elektra," talking about Magneto's helmet. Okay, Magneto's dead. They also mentioned another person. But anyways, as they were name dropping for cameos, I do remember Punisher being name dropped, but I don't remember them saying he was dead. I think they just mentioned something like, "Oh, that's the Punisher's arsenal." Like when they were gearing up,
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, well, that's his arsenal." Not that he's dead. It's just, "Oh, well, who else would have an arsenal? A Punisher.
Mm.
How did we get all this stuff? Oh, because this is Punisher prepping."
Okay.
But yeah, so I would want to see. Well, not that I want to see, but it'd be interesting to see the death of Tobey Maguire, the death of the Punisher. Hell, even bring back Nick Cage since he's already doing Spider Noir. Kill that version of Ghost Rider. Like, just all of these original characters, not necessarily from the Fox universe, just the people who they were the first people to play these characters in the big screen. Kill them off because we grew up with them. What better way to like hit home than, oh, everyone that you saw and loved and respected as a kid, yeah, dead, 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 dead. You know what? This one looks like it. No, dead. It'll basically be like in DC's Crisis of Infinite Earth Part 3, where they just did like a 1.5 minute montage of all of the universes getting erased. The Teen Titans, the original Batman and Robin from the 60s, just yeah, let's see my whole childhood just die in the blink of an eye.
I guess my only point for this question would be what did the X-Men do and why did they not have a choice? That's my biggest question.
I know that's the biggest thing that caught to my eye too, because if they have no choice, then that means that, well, that's the gray area. They don't really kill because they're mostly known as heroes, but then in this case, if their universe is at stake, they're gonna have to kill in order to prevent their universe from being obliterated by the incursion. And that's what they're fighting for.
Yes, but my question really was why do they not have a choice? Like is their universe being held over them? Like if you don't do this, I'm gonna destroy your world, or is it they're being manipulated? Like you have to destroy this world because this world is gonna affect this world. Like that's where I kind of want to dig in there and just
That could be the influence of Doom.
exactly, not
Yeah, that could
exactly.
be the influence.
That's what I was hinting at.
Because
But
him being a master manipulator, he could put that into their mind, saying, "Hey, this incursion of your universe could be prevented for your universe imploding if you get rid of this universe." That's his big master plan. He wants to get into everyone's heads under his will. So yeah, I could see it that way.
Yeah, because and not to take the spotlight out of Doom's manipulation, but Doom or no Doom, truth or no truth, I feel like with the incursions, it really is killed or be killed. So that's the morally gray in that even if they don't do anything, they are going to face the incursion. So with the kill or be killed, you have to do the morally gray to save your universe. But if Doom's pulling the strings, all the better.
yeah, correct. Well said. Okay, so next question by Hunter J. He asked Alex, "Hi, Alex. I hope your day is going good. Will we see all of the legacy Marvel actors like Eric Bana, Nicolas Cage, Ben Affleck, etc.
Oh, hey.
in Secret Wars?" Yes, which Mr. Lex just asked in the last question. Alex responds, "Only Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are reportedly appearing in these movies in terms of legacy characters at the moment. I have heard Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider and Ben Affleck's Daredevil thrown around, though I'm not entirely sure if there has been any progress on that front." So, Lex, you want to start with that one?
Oh, I mean, if we get Ben Affleck's Daredevil, like, let's go. I want that Evanescence to come back and just like hear like, wake me up inside.
I gotta say, I didn't think Ben Affleck's Daredevil was bad. I just thought the movie itself was not good. But his portrayal I thought was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why there's so much hate with the movie because I get Bullseye was a little too over the top. However, I did like him scarring his forehead with the Bullseye symbol. I feel like that was awesome. Him going to like Kingpin and saying like, oh, and one more thing, I want a suit too. And it's just like a leather trench coat like from the Matrix. It's like, okay, come on, you know? But right? I mean, didn't he look like Morpheus? Like, oh, yeah, I want the blue pill or the red pill. Like, I don't miss, you know?
He looked more like Cypher.
Exactly, you know? And that sucks because Cypher was like a total freaking bitch in the movie, betraying everyone and like saying like, oh, chicken? Like, is that why everything tastes like chicken? But anyways, yeah, aside from Bullseye and I don't know, and I'm sorry, audience, but I don't know if this was more racially motivated or not, but you know, Kingpin, right? Not being white. I know a lot of people are having an issue with that, but what's his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, Duncan. With Duncan, I thought it was an amazing portrayal of Kingpin.
I thought body type wise, he portrayed Kingpin perfectly.
Yes,
More so than I've ever seen on screen.
absolutely. I agree.
So you really liked his body. What's your type?
I like his Kingpin body, yes.
Damn. But yeah, you
Also
know.
on the Green Mile. I mean, he
Oh
was
yeah,
pretty good
he
too.
was amazing in the. I mean, Duncan is just an amazing actor.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. So yeah, personally, and even looking back at it now, I think I saw it like 2 years ago. As an adult with adult eyes, I didn't think the movie was that bad. The script of it, right? The story could have been better, but Ben Affleck did an amazing Daredevil. Granted, he probably was a little too emo in certain parts of the movie when he's monologuing and he's like the whole like, oh, you know, like the devil's gonna be coming for you, or like it felt too Sin City at some points, you know?
For his specific Daredevil, I would have liked to have seen him trained by Stick, kind of like how we saw Charlie Cox's Daredevil trained
Well,
by.
we kind of saw that too.
We did, but we didn't. It wasn't as like detailed as it was in the show.
Oh, because they only have 2
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
But anyways, back to the point of the question. Yes, Ben Affleck returning as Daredevil, amazing. I would love to see it. And like I told these guys with the Punisher, I'll include myself in this. Okay, kill off Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Like, it's gonna make me as sad as these guys seeing Punisher being killed off as well. But let's do it. Nicolas Cage, like Doom was saying, I did mention him too. Kill him off. We need a new Ghost Rider for the MCU, right? All right, let's go. All these legacy characters, it would just be great to see them as a cameo, even if they're not going to have an important role or they're just going to be killed off. I really do want to see these legacy characters just get acknowledged, because even if they weren't good characters, even if their stories weren't the best well-written stories out there, they paved the road. Without them, we wouldn't have this build up and this love in superheroes and comics, in TV shows that we have now, because they were the building blocks leading towards Iron Man, leading towards the MCU. and even to DC as well. So they, put on the shoes for the first time, and they walked so that the MCU could run.
Well said. Well said. I don't know why when you said pave the road, it made me think of that scene in Loki where he who remains is like, I paved the road. You two just walk down.
You see, it's Doom's world. We're just walking down it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, Henry, how do you feel?
I mean, at least they confirmed Toby and Andrew are in it, so we got that so far. So that's cool. It would be interesting to see how they're going to kill off Nick's Ghost Rider, though. I mean, he's pretty powerful all enough as it is, but that would be a shock to see if they do that. And of course, Ben Affleck's Daredevil. I mean, I grew up with that too, and it got me into Evanescence with my parents. So it's a classic song. Oh, the My Immortal was in there too.
Yeah.
As a classic.
But Wake Me Up's cooler.
I obviously got it's the biggest song of all time.
Save me.
I get copy striked if you sing it more.
I'm not singing. I'm just, talking in a melodious
In a
tone.
melodic way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how do you feel? Because I saw you react. How do you feel? Not how do you feel? How do you think they would kill off Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider?
Wouldn't be very hard. You could have him being double teamed by two other.
Pause.
Why?
Gosh. Oh my god.
Double teamed by who?
Doctor Doom and Daredevil, the initials.
Oh.
The lower room pod
had
for
to
you.
You had to go there.
You asked.
I know I did.
Oh my goodness. Shall we go to the next question?
Yes, please.
This is from Astropologetic. He asks Alex and Lizzie. Hello, Alex and Lizzie. Hope y'all are having an amazing time. Thanks a lot for giving us the opportunity to ask this month. In the past, it has been said that Doom will have allies at his side, including a coven of witches. Is there anything special or outstanding that we can know about this coven? Alex responds, Coven's an overstatement. He'll have a few witches on his side and individuals that can perform magic, but it's not really a coven of witches like we've seen in Agatha all along. That's interesting. Who wants to start that one?
What does he mean? I mean, okay. If he's saying it's not like the Coven of Witches in Agatha, I can only assume that you all right? Your laughter is contagious, man. I'm kidding. I can only assume that it could be Wanda's son that could be a part of that group. But I mean, I'm left up in the air with that answer. He can maybe be hinting at maybe Doctor Strange possibly joining too. I mean, we can never know. I mean, there is that one still image I remember you showed me off camera of the one mural painting of Doctor Doom in his throne, and Doctor Strange was on the side wearing like this like medieval looking garb. So I mean, that could be possible with him being one of the most powerful wizards. But with the Coven of Witches, quote unquote, I mean, maybe we can see Death again? That'll be. I mean, she would probably have another role to play if they were to bring her into it.
Now that you said that, it makes a lot of sense. Now that we know what Doomsday is really going to be about, going into Secret Wars, so that does make sense. But I think highly unlikely.
I know that's a stretch, I know,
Yeah.
but I mean, they're really hinting at it's not going to be like the whole coven. So I'm like, okay, there's only a few that can make sense, which Death would be one, possibly Wanda's son. I keep forgetting his name, and I'm so mad at myself. What was his name again? The son of Wanda?
Well, she has two. It's Billy.
I believe
Billy and Tommy?
Yeah, the one that's the magic user.
I think
Isn't that Speed?
you're talking to Wiccan. I think the other guy you're thinking of is Speed. Wiccan and Speed.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could also play a part because I think they did hint at him being a part of the cast. So, that's possible.
I can definitely see that happening. But Mr. Lex, let's hear your thoughts.
I gotta say that this answer does help out. I feel like this answer is more of a in real life crutch than an actual canon plot line or story, because if Alex is downplaying it as, oh, it's not a coven, it's just a few or whatever, you can just make them the whole like, oh, it's a CGI army, or oh, everyone in the villains, ensemble wears the same mask or the same robe or the same whatever, because you already have a full star-flooded cast. You don't want to bring in even more people to play these specific witches or these specific magic users, because that's just way too much on your plate. Especially if, let's just say, at the end of this movie, Doom loses, he's erased like Thanos. Well, now these other A-list actors that you hired to be the witches, well, they got nothing because Doom's dead. So I just see this answer as all right, cool. Not necessarily a cop out, because I agree, but just an easy way to say, oh, like, yeah, that's Doom's witches. They're all wearing red hoods and, they're all hooded. So you don't even need to see their face. It's just, oh, there's Doom's, magical ensemble. They're the bad people. That's how Doom is, amplifying his magic, the end. But, short and sweet answer. What about you, Doom? How do you feel?
So I actually want to take a different approach to this question that was asked. I do watch The Den of Nerds. I am a big fan of Josh. Shout out Josh. But he did have a theory regarding this coven of witches, because I've heard about it before. One of the theories he brought up was that the Scarlet Witch could possibly give up her crown to Doom. And when she gives up her crown, he basically becomes a he-witch. And when he becomes the he-witch, he starts recruiting very powerful sorcerers. So one of them could be like the Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Wong. Like I'm not saying it's gonna be Wong, but just people of that caliber. I think he could have like a coven of witches. It also makes sense too, because in Doom's origin, his mother is an actual witch. It's a good witch too. So that could have been what they were implying when they asked this question. Was that theory?
What about Alphaba? You think she'll be part of this covenant? She's a good witch. It was just propaganda that turned her wicked.
That's another property they're not gonna touch.
Alphaba will return in Avengers Doomsday.
But yeah, that's as much as I got on that coven stuff. Wow. There is another question that Astropologetic asked. His next question was, is there anything, and I mean anything, that you find very interesting or exciting about Avengers Doomsday that has not been mentioned / leaked in the past? Alex responds, the opening sequence really is a spectacle on its own. It's like a kid was given a sandbox, threw his toys in, and just said, let your imagination run wild. And it serves very well to establish the very real threat of incursions, because no one, not even your favorites, is safe. So who wants to start that one off?
They're gonna Game of Thrones this bitch? What the hell? What does that mean? Wait, no, you can't do this to me. Not even your favorites are safe.
No. Wait.
No, wait. No.
Why would you do that? I thought we were having a nice day.
It's like a kid was given a sandbox, and I quote, threw his toys in and just said, let your imagination run wild. Oh my God. The things I did as a kid with my toys. I would.
Pause.
What?
Extreme pause.
I played with army toys as a kid, and I had
Another extreme pause.
Okay, I basically would do
Army or the Navy?
No. Damn, that's disrespectful. Support your Navy, guys. Come on.
I do.
Yeah. All right. But I'd like to
Rich
play.
people.
What?
In
Bro.
the Navy.
I have family in the Navy.
I know, and I like village people.
Okay.
They have a song in the
I have a
Navy.
cousin that's currently on a ship in the Navy.
Nice.
Like out at sea?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a real seaman.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, going back to the question, y'all are crazy. Well, me as a kid, I like to play a lot of war things in my imagination. So with toys, I was very destructive, I would say. So with that in mind, I'm already thinking there's gonna be a big ass battle. Already, I mean, we already have the whole theory of it's the battle between X-Men and Toby's universe, so that's gonna be my main one. Thinking that's how it's gonna open because everyone loves Toby's Spider-Man. I mean,
Damn straight.
I don't see a hater within like a mile of here who says anything bad about him. So that could be the biggest thing. But of other battles, like they said, let your imagination run wild. I'm gonna have to think on that because I don't even want to see. I mean, they're gonna do it, but I really am frightened of seeing a fan favorite of mine being killed, and so I'm just like kind of gritting my teeth, trying not to think that that's gonna happen. But
Well, first, try not to grind your teeth. I just had a toothache. It hurts very, very much. So try not to grind your teeth.
I won't.
First and foremost.
Thanks for the warning.
Yes.
Yeah, when the dentist says you grind in your sleep, that's not a good thing. You're not a real one for grinding in your sleep, bro.
I guess so.
So one thing I can gather from this answer that Alex mentioned, basically, I really think that we might get a character that probably has not been on screen in a very long time and dies very vividly. That's the only thing that really came to my mind when I was reading this question here. I could be wrong, but what do you think, Mr. Lex?
Before I give my opinion, which character were you thinking of? Because they just mentioned most of the legacy characters in the previous question. So who came to your mind?
I mean, the first person I thought of was Thomas Jane, the Punisher, but I'm thinking it has to be somebody that's a little bigger than him. I don't quite know who it is yet, but that's where my mind is at.
All right, well, I gotta say though, before I even get into the question itself, props to Alex. Because the point of the question was tell us something new unleaked. And Alex just dodged the question with just saying, oh, that cool trailer that everyone knows about. Well, yeah, it's cool. And, yeah, let me distract you from leaking something new. So props to him. That was a master class of like dodging. Like his PR must be like clapping, like standing ovation right now.
This is how you know he's a Marvel insider, because we literally get these answers. We get questions like this, and we get answers just like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be insider too. But anyways, Marvel insider, right?
You gotta make sure first.
No more. That's what we got Henry over here for. He'll be my wingman.
Okay.
Top Gun was coded. He'll be my wingman
He'll be my
anytime.
yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so with this question, now the actual answer, right? Yeah, kid in a sandbox. You have your toys. Have at it. I feel like this will be the same hype that we got with Endgame and Infinity War, where no, you know what? I'm gonna take it even further back with Civil War, where once Civil War was announced, sure it wasn't the whole ensemble like from the comic books, but we just wanted to see like these characters like fight each other. This was definitely like just getting your Iron Man action figure, Spider-Man action figure, and just like bouncing them off each other, like just full heart hits and adrenaline.
Can I see that again?
Pause.
This is like getting your, oh, hey, look, we have it right here. You know, this is just like getting your character and just like full hard hitting and everyone's just like, let's go. Grr,
Pew,
grr,
pew,
grr,
pew, pew.
grr. The die is falling off.
That's fine.
But yeah, I just want to see like just Hulk, it just literally Hulk out. I want to see Iron Man just either kick ass or get his ass kicked. Spider-Man again, kick ass, get his ass like. This is just definitely letting your imagination run wild and see. I guess what would it be? The unnerving of these characters, right? Because if you're gonna kill them off anyways, I want to see whoever they're killing off at their full power without being nerfed. Because a bunch of these characters, we always argue, hey, they could have done this, or they have this power, or this ability, or this defense. Like, you're gonna kill them? Show them at full power. Show them, like, unleash their ultimates or their latent abilities, and then kill them off, because you no longer have to worry about writing into the story, oh, he can do this, she can block this, because they're dead. So let's go.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lex. While you were talking, a very important person just popped into my mind.
Yeah, what about me?
That was you, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll go with the second person then.
What about Henry?
What if Hawkeye is one of those heroes? It makes sense too, because he hasn't been around for the movies. We know his accident, and we know he's had issues with. I believe he was supposed to be in the Hawkeye show, but there was issues. There was like that. That show was in developmental hell for a while.
Oh,
So
Wait, what are you talking about? Because he was in his show.
yeah.
no. This I'm sorry. The second season.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like,
yeah.
like
Oh,
the show
like,
was
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
yeah, keep it.
I meant for the second season.
Oh, okay.
like, did they like CGI him, or like
No.
what the heck? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think somebody like Hawkeye, like somebody that like we loved from like the previous movies, somebody like that it's gonna get a horrible death.
And he's been there since the beginning too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's ever since that the after credit of Iron Man, he was there. So yeah, that might make sense.
He wasn't there in Iron Man, was he?
Where they saw the Thor's hammer, I believe. Oh wait, no, sorry, Thor. There you go, Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I was like,
he was there.
like, was he like in the background with Nick Fury? Then, like, did they cast him like that early?
That's my bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next question. This is from Calm Titan.
Wait, before we do though, you didn't give your answer, or you didn't give your opinion fully on how you feel with just everything coming. Like, what is your imagination running wild? Like, if you were the director, if you were the kid in the sandbox, like, what is you letting your imagination run wild?
So if we're gonna go down that route, in order for me to answer that question, I need to see.
This is going to be a rated R podcast for the next 5 minutes.
I need to see Endgame Encore. I need to see those deleted or those added scenes to Endgame. That will tell me a lot about the direction they're going. Because if I'm just gonna let my imagination run wild, I think Tobey Maguire's gonna die. I think Hugh Jackman's gonna die. I think Deadpool's gonna die. I think we're gonna get the scene where Doom pulls Thanos' skull out of his body.
Like the whole spine too.
Yeah, the whole spine. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, I think we're gonna get basically an Infinity War 2.0, but Doctor Doom instead of Thanos. That would be my guess on that. But do we have anything else to add about that question? No?
No.
Alrighty. Let's move on to the next one. Calm Titan asked, hello, Alex and Lizzie. Does the movie spend any time establishing Sam's Avengers before the main plot kicks in? Or are they just thrown together and expected to work as a team? Alex responds, is it really the Avengers if it's just two of them when we start?
Damn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got a point. He does got a point if it's just Sam and, let's say, Bucky in this case.
Isn't Bucky
Oh yeah, he's
technically Thunderbolts? So who's the second Avenger?
If they're referring to...
Wouldn't that be Thor?
I feel like Thor just kind of did his own thing.
Yeah, I know he was doing his own thing. Actually, yeah, that's a good question. Who's the second
Who
person?
is the second person after Brave New World? Yeah, who's... Because fine, let's say Bucky, right? Like he, has dual membership. But I can't think of anyone else who
Doctor
was.
Strange?
He wasn't even in the Avengers.
He was.
No, like he never became an Avenger.
Yes, he did.
And believe in, well, if not in Infinity War when they're on the ship, but I don't think he was knighted.
Yeah, like
Right.
he wasn't knighted. Like he wasn't officially like, oh yeah, you're part of the Avengers. Like in this question, right?
Yeah.
Like who is the new Avengers? Like who is Sam's Avengers? Who's in the team?
Oh, sorry.
I thought, is he saying in
who's-
his
Wait,
Avengers?
who's the new Hawkeye? Is that the one that they're referring to? The
Bishop?
new Hawkeye?
Kate
Yeah.
Bishop?
Oh, Kate Bishop?
No.
She's not. She was never.
The guy with the green wings. Green.
Oh, the new Falcon.
Yes, new Falcon.
Oh, Joaquin
Yeah.
Torres.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, that's probably what they're. who they're
Damn, so
referring
that
to.
kind of sucks that the
So-
Avengers is just basically a
Yeah,
rebooted Captain America and
like
rebooted
Infinity,
Falcon.
where they're all split up. I
Yeah.
mean, they're gonna have to come back together.
My only question though is when he says if it's just two of them, is he talking about Sam's Avengers or is he talking about the fact that there's two factions of Avengers?
I feel like he means Sam's Avengers because the question says Sam's Avengers. Calm Titan asked Sam's Avengers.
But it's just the way he answered it because he says
True.
if it's just two of them when we start.
I mean-
That's just if it's
I
talking about
mean-
two factions, that's a really weird way to.
It
But-
can probably be distinct that Sam's Avengers is different from the new Avengers, which are the Thunderbolts. So, I mean, that could be possible. Sam officially is like the new leader of the Avengers, while there's the Thunderbolt new Avengers.
Because you got to remember in the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts when, why can I remember his name? When Red Guardian
Mhm.
said, oh, I got a way around the copywritten of the Avengers. I'm going to put a Z instead of an S. So the Avengers is Sam's Avengers. That is the official like American brand Avengers. And the new Thunderbolts have to have the Avengers with a Z.
Mhm.
So I do feel like Alex and Com Titan are talking about the official sanctioned Sam's Avengers. And now with what Henry was saying, I piggyback and agree that it has to be only Sam and I cannot remember New Falcon's name.
Joaquin Torres.
Fucking Taurus. I was going to say Phoenix, and that's why I knew it was wrong. But yeah, because I can't think of anyone. Because the only other person that came to mind when we were trying to spitball was maybe Chang-Chi, because he was already talking with Hulk and Wong during the post-credit scene of like analyzing the 10 rings.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's all I could think of, just those two.
He did say in the end of the answer is when we start, but then that could allude to them possibly building the team gradually throughout the movie. So there's that.
I think literally either way, though, he's highlighting the fact that the Avengers are not really the Avengers because there's two factions fighting over trying to be the Avengers. So
Fair.
I think that's really what he's trying to say.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else to add before we move on? Nope. Okay. Calm Titan asks, Alex, you and other insiders have agreed that the fight between Cyclops and Sam Cap in particular is going to be very good. Is this still true? Or did things change in between edits / reshoots of the movie? Alex responds, the Avengers versus X-Men fight is still very good overall, and one of the few highlights of the film before everyone gets forced to calm down. So I have one question to ask you guys on top of what we just read here. And answer me this honestly.
You do look good in that shirt.
Cyclops and Sam Cap. Is that a fair fight?
I don't think so. Honestly. I mean, isn't Cyclops he's an Omega level? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that man takes off,
Potentially.
if he takes off his visor, Sam
Which
Cap
I'm
is
pretty sure he
Adams.
does in that one moment where he goes berserk. Yeah, that's not a fair fight.
No.
That is not a fair fight.
No. But
Yeah.
go ahead. I'll let you guys go.
I mean, he could literally just laser the back of his jetpack and be like, all right, you're on the ground with me now. And either have to fist fight or do something with the shield. But he can deflect. He can deflect his sonic beams with the shield. Sure. But
Kinetic beams.
kinetic beams, there you
Yeah.
go. But he can only go for so long. I mean, he's going to have to constantly hold back while it's going against him. So that's not a fair fight at all.
If he takes off that visor, Sam Cap will be Atoms.
Yeah.
ATOMS.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Lex.
Well, I mean, I want to hear Henry's point to finish off. Yeah.
About it being not a fair fight? No, that's no. I think Cyclops will win that fight in a landslide.
Well, then also like because he double teamed the question, which is his question and the actual response.
right,
So I want to finish. Yeah, your point of view.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I am excited to see that fight. I mean, that was the pinnacle of the teaser trailer of us seeing the X-Men, going at it while there's all that chaos in the background of, I think it was the X-Mansion breaking down while there was like a Sentinel falling on top of it. That's probably going to be one of the beginning parts of the movie, I would like to assume, because that's like a big area where the X-Men come from. So that one I am excited to see overall. But when he mentioned before everyone gets forced to calm down, that's a big indicator of possibly Doom swooping in, trying to make the peace between the two factions. That's what I got from that. How about you, Lex?
Well, first with Doom's question, yeah, totally not a fair fight. I mean, last I check, unless they updated his, powers and abilities or whatever, Cyclops has potential to be Omega level, but off the bat, he is not Omega level like Storm or Iceman or, Magneto. So yes, either way, whether he's Omega level or not, it's not a fair fight between him and Sam Cap. However, what I do feel will make it a quote unquote not fair fight, but at least what would be the word I'm looking for? Like kind of like hold your ground, kind of like
Stand your ground?
right. Like basically, like he's able to survive off. Like he's not gonna win the fight, but he's able to hold off for like a little bit. Like
Until he breaks away.
yeah, I'm trying to think of like there's a word for it. Like you guys know, like help. Basically, I'm just trying to find like the word where he knows he's not gonna win, but he's able to buy time. Like it'll make a stalling. Thank you so much. Like it won't be a fair fight, but it'll make it a stalling fight in that he's gonna have his Falcon helping him out. So I don't think it's gonna be a 1v1 Cyclops versus Sam Cap. It'll be Sam Cap and his Falcon versus Cyclops, and that's what's gonna make it a fair enough fight.
Okay.
Where it's like, yes, Sam Cap will probably be taking the brunt of his optic blast, and while he's getting tired and or holding Cyclops off, his Falcon will swoop in with the attacks and whatever. Of course, again, it's only going to be a stalling fight because once that visor comes off, like Doom was saying, ATOMS. But yeah.
So I actually did some research, and it actually turns out Cyclops is not an Omega level.
Called it.
Okay.
The reason why, at least according to what it says here, is an Omega level mutant is identified as someone whose dominant power has no foreseeable upper limit. Now, Cyclops doesn't meet that standard because his optic blast, while extremely powerful, are considered to have practical limits.
Okay.
No, yeah, 100% true, because he can only deliver so much kinetic force with his blast. So it's not like, again, like the mainstream comics describe his lasers as punches.
Mhm.
So the force of the punch stays the same. It's just how wide he's spreading the beam.
Mhm.
So it's not like he's getting a stronger punch. He's just getting a bigger fist. So it's the area that's being affected, but with the same strength of the punch.
Right.
That's why, like I said, like I remember him not being Omega level, just the potential to be. Because if you somehow give him like a freaking huge ass visor that could be like big enough to cover the whole world, well, yeah, that's Omega level. But in and of himself, his eyes can only open up so wide. No, thank you for that, Doom. I appreciate you double checking, because like I said, it was kind of like with Iceman, where he recently became Omega level. Like he wasn't always like that. He just became it. So maybe Cyclops also became Omega.
I just wanted to say, since we brought up Iceman really quick, I thought it was
The
very
Iceman.
no, I thought it was very interesting that Drake chose Iceman as his name.
Because of the theories of him coming out as gay and Iceman came out as gay.
I was gonna allude to that, but
Yeah.
since you said it,
Oh,
Yeah, I was seeing those theories. Like, Henry, come on, you saw those theories.
if I'm
Yeah.
if I'm Kendrick Lamar, I'm using that as material. I'm telling you that right
Yeah.
now.
yeah, that's right for the taking right there.
Okay.
But give me a second. But yeah, so again, thank you for looking up the Cyclops Omega level, and I do agree that Lamar has some bars that he could ride with that Iceman thing.
Yes.
But going back to Alex's answer to the question, I gotta be honest with you guys. I am hyped for this movie. I am hyped for Avengers v X-Men. Here's my issue. And this is what we brought up in the last question. And audience, please help us out. Please put your comments in here because as you can see, we were kind of struggling with it. Even with the two factions of the Avengers S and the Avengers Z, who's in the team? Because if you tell me, hey, a fight between Avengers and X-Men, oh, that's awesome. That sounds cool. But right now, we just established, okay, sanction Avengers S, Sam Cap, and the New Falcon. That's it. That's it.
Possibly Shang-Chi, like you
Fine, possibly Shang-Chi. Hell, possibly Kate Bishop. Let's do these possiblies, right? Who else? Who else was? Why can't I remember? Moon Knight. Fine, possibly Moon Knight. Let's just bring like just for craps and giggles, right? Fine. And then with the Thunderbolts, right? Okay, we have Winter Soldier, we have Red Guardian, we have Ghost, we have what's is it White Widow? What's Yelena's superhero name? White Widow.
It's in it.
I have the list for you guys. So we're talking about the new Avengers, right?
Both for the Avengers, the sanctioned one, and the new Avengers.
So the Avengers with a Z: Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, John Walker, Alexei Shostakov, Ava Starr, and Bob Reynolds, which is basically, if people that don't know their names, U.S. Agent, Red Guardian, Ghost, and Sentry. That's Avengers with a Z. Now, the Sam Wilson's Avengers, obviously Sam Wilson, Joaquin Torres Falcon, Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, Bruce Banner Hulk, Wong, Thor, and Scott Lang. But potential recruits could be Peter Parker, Shuri, and Jennifer Walters.
Okay. So I'll give them the list, right?
Yeah.
Even though I feel like people like, let's say Wong, let's say Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, I wouldn't say they are Avengers. Can you guys at least agree with me on that? Like they weren't actually like knighted like Spider-Man was.
I can agree. Carol Danvers, Shang-Chi, Shuri, and She-Hulk. Those I can agree they weren't knighted as Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But I will add those people you said on the list, right?
Okay.
So we have our two lists. Now, when you say these Avengers, and I'm including both of them, the Avengers and the Avengers with the S and Z versus X-Men, I'm not getting that same excitement as if you told me 2012, the first Avengers movie with Iron Man, OG Captain America, OG Thor. Like, I can't think of a face-off that I would really want to see these characters versus the X-Men. Because I would want to see freaking Iron Man. I mean, I know he's not in the X-Men, but he's in the X-Men universe. I would want to see Iron Man versus Magneto. You tell me a fight like that, let's go. I want to see that. I want to see the Hulk versus Juggernaut. That's going to be like amazing. Like, I can't wait for that. But these casts right here with the X-Men, I don't see a face-off that I really, really care for. I'll give you Thor and Storm. That's a classic one, right? I'll give you that one. That one is cool. I want to see that one. But anyone else, right? I just don't see like a cool matchup like I would with you get Cyclops and Captain America, the two leaders of their respective groups. I'm not going to get that same excitement with Sam Cap, especially because one, we agreed he didn't take the super soldier serum. So he doesn't even stand a chance, just straight brawler. And two, as we kind of discussed, the only way he has a fighting stalling chance is if Joaquin Torres is with him. Because one-on-one, I don't see it.
The only thing I want to add is I do agree with your point, how I don't see how Sam Wilson wins that fight, but I would be more interested if it was Steve Rogers. I just want to throw that out there.
No, I'm glad you did, because that is my point. You tell me 2012, the Avengers versus the X-Men, I am on board. But you're giving me this 2026 list of these two separate fractions. None of them I'm really excited to see X-Men be the Avengers.
At the same time, now that you brought that up, can that be exactly what Doom is thinking?
Like, hey, this lineup sucks. Like, I need another universe.
Well, not well, yes.
He's playing Marvel Rivals IR.
No, but the point I was making was that he's looking at all these teams.
Why are there 2 tanks and 3 healers in this team?
Why not have them fight each other, weaken themselves, and then I'll just take on whoever survives?
I need my DPS. Where's my No, but yeah, again, just back to the point. I am excited. I do want to see the battle. It's just there's no if you could go back to the list really quick, Doom, or did you already take it off? Yeah, there's no battle I could think of top of my head. Like I said, Storm and Thor, I'm excited for. And where's the other one? Ghost and Kitty Pryde. I would like to see that battle since they both have the intangibility. Right? You remember Kitty? I'm just making sure you remember. Yeah. So Ghost and Kitty, I am down for that one. That sounds funny. But and I actually would rather see Cyclops versus Red Guardian than Cyclops versus Sam Cap. Because at least Red Guardian also has the Russian super soldier serum. And I feel like it would be a better matchup given his personality.
I'll take it a step further. I would like to see Red Guardian face off against US Agent. Just because they both have shields. I would want to see who would win that.
They're both in the same team, aren't they?
Marvel Rivals has Friendly Fire now?
Yes, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong list. No, you're right.
Friendly Fire, bro. It's Marvel Rivals have been updated, patch update, Friendly Fire activated. But yeah, again, just before I hand it off to you, Doom, Henry, how do you feel about just that point? I don't know if I'm just being a Debbie Downer, but this list of matchups doesn't have me excited as it would. Not even with the OG cast, just different other Avengers. Like, even if we had, hell, I'll go B level Taskmaster. If we had even the Black Widow version of Taskmaster back, I'd be more excited to see that with like Gambit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just none of these casts, really get me excited just on their own.
Well, how about this? We haven't talked about Sentry. He could be a big level hitter against the X-Men. I mean, he's a big matchup. Or maybe even the Void will come back and probably mess things up. Maybe hinder at the X-Men's chance of fixing their universe. Hence why they're probably pissed off. That's a possibility too.
No, yeah. So like I said, like Sentry, Thor versus Storm, Ghost versus Kitty Pryde. Like, these are these people that I could see on the one-on-one matchup. But that's only 3 or 4 people out of a list of, what was it, like 14, 15 names?
Yeah.
So the other 10, 11 how, I mean, am I just being a Debbie Downer, or can you see like my point of
Well,
like I'm not
I don't think
really
they're gonna
excited?
feature all the X-Men fighting at that one moment, though. They could probably spread it apart. So I mean, we primarily see Cyclops, and I believe we have the Wolverine fighting someone else in the background or whatever. But I don't think they're gonna show all of them. But I do get your point that it would be unfair to see like some matchups go down because it's gonna be like, well, that's not realistically possible for any one of them to survive that fight. So yeah, I get it. But I think they're gonna focus mostly on the heavy hitters in this case.
Right, and I'm not saying like everyone should have their screen time, but like in Civil War,
Mm.
everyone did get at least like a 2-3 minute battle.
Yes.
So that's what I mean. Like even in a 2-3 minute battle, I'm not excited for the other, like 10, 11 other people that we saw against the X-Men. But I'm just glad you agreed to. Doom, how do you feel?
Well, let me just say that I really don't know if I could add anything else than what you guys have already said, to be honest.
Or like, can you see like a matchup from the list you want to see?
The one I really want to see is Doctor Doom and Magneto. I heard that one.
Avengers versus
Avengers.
X-Men.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Watch Doctor Doom be like, yo, I'm an Avenger.
Versus them two. Look at the list again.
There's nothing.
No, I mean, the only one that would be kind of, well, actually, he's not even a part of that team. Yeah, no, just from those two teams, no, I really don't see anything that.
What were
would
you gonna
catch my
say?
eye. I was gonna say, one of them was Gambit and Shang-Chi. I think that one would be interesting.
Okay. Yeah. That would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to the next question. Let's do this.
And that kind of makes me a little sad that there's no, like, now that we're breaking it down, like, what a crappy Marvel Rivals lineup we got.
Yeah. You're not wrong. But okay, Luigi. Very interesting the way you spelled it. He asked Alex, "Hello, thanks for doing these. My simple question is Tom Holland going to be in Doomsday in any capacity? Small part, cameo, anything at all?" Alex responds, "Some sources say yes. Some sources say no. Some don't even know. What I have been told is that at the moment, Tom Holland doesn't appear to be in Avengers Doomsday, but is being saved up for Secret Wars." Are any of us kind of a little bummed about Tom Holland potentially not being in Doomsday?
I mean, they're already featuring the other Spideys, so I would agree that yes, I'm being bummed out about it, but we already have the other two Spideys on screen for this movie anyway. We might see a little hints of him in the after credit of Brand New Day, being hinted at him. Who knows, getting the black suit for Secret Wars? I mean, that if that's what he's hinting at, I'm all for it to see it. But yeah, it makes sense that if they're gonna save him for Secret Wars, it's because of that iconic moment. So, I understand.
What about you, Mr. Lex? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like this is a classic Marvel tactic of everyone and their mothers denying they know anything about it. And, last minute they come in, whether it's just a cameo or, like Henry was saying, a post-credit scene. I don't feel like Spider-Man or Tom Holland Spider-Man will have such a major part in this movie because, unfortunately, after the events of No Way Home, we know that everyone forgot his relationship as Peter Parker. I am almost willing to bet as well that because Tony Stark was the one who knighted him as the Avengers don't even recognize him as part of the team because Tony Stark knighted not Spider-Man per se, but Peter Parker. So if there is no Peter Parker, there is no initiation. If there's no initiation, Spider-Man isn't part of the Avengers, blah, 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 blah. So in canon, I feel like that makes sense why Spider-Man isn't in Doomsday prominently, because he's not part of the Avengers, both S or Z. And again, we got to juggle with the X-Men, we got to juggle with Doom, we got to juggle with Fantastic Four, and we got to juggle with Doctor Strange and all of the other, what's their group called? Sorcerers. What's the name of Doctor Strange's like whole order called? With the basketball symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Sanctum.
Sanctum Solarium is the name of the place, but what's
Oh.
their order? No, isn't Sanctum Solarium Superman? Yeah, I don't know. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna say the sorcerer group. So it makes sense why Tom Holland's Spider-Man won't be heavily featured, especially as Henry was saying, we're gonna have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man there in the movie. But hey, just either give him a little cameo in the movie or make him the post-credit or mid-credit scene. I'm cool with that because black suit. I mean, come on, let's get the symbiote suit. Let's get it rolling. If you're gonna maybe introduce the symbiote as the post-credit in Brand New Day, then make the post-credit for Doomsday him in the suit. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool waiting for Secret Wars, but don't just exclude him entirely. That's how I feel. What about you, Doom?
I actually think it makes sense for the theory I already had. I've actually mentioned it on the podcast already. But basically, what I think is going to happen is Tom Holland is going to die in Brand New Day, and he'll eventually be resurrected by the symbiote. And that's how he'll be back in Secret Wars, which kind of lines up with the comics.
Absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Yeah, that goes into with the comics, so I would love to see that happen.
Yeah. Okay. Next question is from Connor. He asked, "Hi, Alex and Lizzie. Hope all is well. Back in April, you teased the Word of God. We have talked about that on this podcast. A magical book that Doom will be using in Avengers Doomsday. Will this book have anything to do with how he gains more power throughout the movie? Or is it something that he has already had and used?" Alex responds, "Doom has a large collection of trinkets and items he has been collecting throughout his adventures. It's why he's so powerful, even without Loki's abilities to make him a god."
Wow.
First, do we know what the Word of God is? Do you guys need a reminder what it was?
Yes, please. We're talking about the Bible here?
It took I had to bite my tongue to not be blasphemous. I really I was physically
That's like
biting
that-
down my tongue.
It's like that Star-Lord joke in Infinity War. It's
Yeah.
like, what am I supposed to say? Jesus?
So you're from Earth? Yeah, I'm from Earth. I'm from Kansas. That's Earth.
Okay, so here's what I gathered. The Word of God is not a person or a superpower. It's an ancient magical book in Marvel Comics that contains words capable of rewriting reality itself. So it's basically like the Darkhold, the Vishanti kind of put together, I guess. Or if you want to think about it like this, it's reality source code.
Damn. All right, we'll talk about plot device. Yeah, that's a lot of power they got there. Well, of course, we know Doom loves his magic, and he's a science nerd too, so of course he's gonna have trinkets here and about. My guess, I thought he was probably gonna take the Darkhold from Wanda, possibly. That's gonna be one of the items he possesses.
Well, didn't Wanda destroy all the Darkholds?
I have to probably watch that, but yeah, if she did, then wow, sucks to say, and probably not in his universe. Maybe you never know. But yeah, that goes in tied with his character. I mean, if he does collect a lot of trinkets that have power for him, then yeah, that would make sense. I could see that happening. I have to explore that in the movie as we see, because I wasn't really familiar with the Word of God. That sounds so weird out of context, I know, but yeah, I'd have to watch that in screen to understand more.
What about you, Mr. Lex?
I gotta agree with Alex's response. We don't know much about RDJ's Doom. We don't know what adventures he's been through, what experiences he's had, what he's collected, what he's amounted to, his powers, his skills, what level, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I feel like this question is very open-ended because we don't know this Doom's history. We don't know just the full extent of his knowledge, both scientifically and in the magic arts. So whether he does possess the book or not, even speculating, I can't give you an answer because I don't know his power level. If we knew, oh my gosh, he is that much of an all destroyer god, then yeah, okay, I would say he definitely has the book. How else would he be that powerful? If you told me like, oh no, he just found out about incursions and the multiverse, I would say no, he doesn't know about the book. He just, so this is just very open ended, and all I gotta say is I don't know. I would assume he does have it along with a bunch of other magical artifacts, but that's an assumption. That's not even based on anything I could tell you. Like, oh yeah, well we saw him do this, and this is one of the Word of God's abilities. So I don't know. I just have to assume yes. What do you think, Doom?
What do I think about Doom? I like that. But going back to the question here, I do agree with everything you said. You're 100% right. But I will ask you this. What is...
8.5 inches.
That's it?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're in
Oh, we're
USA.
live. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So that back to the question. So Doom, he's known for stealing people's power. Very high level power.
The way you're known for stealing hearts.
Exactly.
Dang.
So with having said that, it is possible that since since Henry was saying, we don't know too much of his backstory or what he's really done, but just based on comics and like what we know about him, he could have some very, very powerful, not only spells, but like objects that we probably haven't even seen on screen yet. So that Alex's answer just makes me think, what does he have in his bag that we don't, or that we haven't seen on screen yet? So that would be my biggest question.
Again, I just feel like this is a question fully based on assumptions because, as all three of us just said, sure, we could derive from comics, from previous movies, from previous cartoons, adaptations, what have you. It's just this version of Doom, this MCU Robert Downey Jr. Doom, we don't know anything about. My personal opinion is, again, if he's this big enough of a threat where there was no buildup, like with Thanos throughout the movies and cameos, there was no mention of Latveria, Doom, even just Victor Von Doom, like the person if he's just that big of a threat that he's coming out full powerhouse, has his own blockbuster movie, he must be powerful enough to be such a universal threat. So he has to have most of these magical and scientific items and machinery and powers to make him that threat. Does that mean that he has specifically the word of God? No, but I would assume he would, because how else did he become this much of a threat? Yeah, that's all I gotta say, because everything else would just be pure speculation.
I actually agree with you. So I'm ready to move on to the next question. Does anybody else have any final thoughts? Good. Okay.
I wish I had just had a thought, but
Well, your response isn't a thought.
I mean the acronym, but yeah, that too.
So Starbright asks Alex, Hey, this is my first time asking questions on here. First, I want to say thank you so much for doing this and sharing any info with us. I remember in a previous one, you said Yelena is Bob's person in Doomsday. Could you elaborate on that and how their relationship is? Also, will Bob also have any closeness with any of the other new Avengers? Alex responds, and it's a pretty long one. Sure. So I don't want people to think of it as a sort of romantic undertone, though there is a partial tension there. It's more along the lines of Yelena being the one who understands Bob the most. Sure, he's friendly to the new Avengers, but if Yelena were in trouble, Bob would literally burn down heaven and earth for her to save her. Hell, here's an in-movie example. During the movie, Bob really doesn't want to use his Sentry powers to avoid risking unleashing the Void. But later on, with Yelena's help, he willingly uses his powers to try to save the multiverse, knowing full well the risk he's taking that he'll become the Void and kill everyone. And the only reason he agrees is because Yelena asked him to. Pretty loaded there, but who wants to start that off?
Therein goes with what I was saying earlier. I mean, we haven't really thought about Bob/Sentry in this situation, but he could be a possible big plot point that we don't even know of in terms of either him disrupting something with tapping into the void or him possibly having his powers stolen by Doctor Doom. I mean, that's also another possibility, like how you mentioned before. But if they're mentioning Yelena and him together as their person, they can hint at possibly something going down to where Sentry is going to need to, kind of like how Natasha calms down Bruce's Hulk. They could be in the same ballpark of Yelena calming down Sentry or the Void for when he goes all out on, say, the X-Men while she's in danger. That's how I look at it here.
Yeah. What about you, Miss Felix?
No, I mean, Henry literally took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to mention, oh, this is just a parallel with Black Widow and Hulk. I mean, the sisters being the sisters, right? That's her Hulk. Sentry, Bob/Void, that is her Hulk. That is her, the sun's getting a little low, big guy. So from that point, you can easily just do what Henry was saying, where, oh, the X-Men are surrounding Yelena, so he has to go full Sentry. Or maybe he's already Sentry and seeing her life in danger, he goes full Void. And, yeah, sure, he stopped the X-Men, but now he's just on a rampage, just destroying the whole battlefield. So Yelena has to do the whole, like, oh, the sun's getting real low. Either way, there's so many ways you can write in this story. I do like how Alex specifically says it's non-romantic, so you don't have to speculate like that side of story points. And not that I am uninterested or apathetic to the point. I just feel like it's a parallel with, okay, this is the new Black Widow and Hulk. It's White Widow and Sentry/Void/Bob, which is cool. Like, we'll get to see Bob either go full Sentry mode and being calmed down, or Bob going full Void mode and being calmed down. Either way, I mean, I'm all for it. Doom?
So when it comes to this question, I have actually thought about this before, but just to answer Alex's response here, I think he kind of gives you an insight without, I don't know if he did this on purpose or if he was merely just using an example he thought of in the moment, but I think he does give us something here where he says that Bob would literally burn heaven just to get to Yelena if she were in trouble. Do we think that possibly that could happen in the movie? That's how Sentry goes down. Whereas the way I'm reading this is Sentry does not want to use the Void's power after what happened in the Thunderbolts until he's forced to, because something happens to Yelena where he feels he has to go out of his way to help her, and in doing so, that brings his own downfall. That's just
Well,
how I'm reading it.
just really quick though, like Henry pointed out, Bob doesn't want to use Sentry's power.
Correct.
Not that, oh, he's fine with being Sentry. He just is scared of being the Void. He doesn't want to be Sentry at all.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, yes, Bob was kind of adamant on that in the end of Thunderbolts, where he just wanted to live a normal life. But he does have that connection with Yelena of being like together in terms of, since he knew that she related to him when they had that bonding moment in the Void's universe, that he's like, okay, I will do utmost at anything just to protect my person. So yes, I do see a little bit of a possibility there of where he might need to tap into it, either Sentry or the Void. And thus that can possibly be a little moment where Doom sees that and he's like, you know what? I want that. I want that power, or I want that power or I want him to be taken down, and then he finds the weakness pot and takes him down. So I can see that happening.
I mean, I can't really add on to any more on that. I just think that Alex, like I said, if he didn't do it on purpose or if he was being slick, I think he gave us an answer to that. So, know how to better explain that. Okay. Next question here. Okay, these next few questions are about Secret Wars. So, Good Soup asks, in Secret Wars, or a theoretical part 3 of the saga, do you think we'll get to see Bob and Wanda team up in some capacity or talk with each other? Basically, I'm just wondering if they'll have any kind of relationship in these movies. And then Alex Perez just responds doubtful.
I mean, yeah, that's self-explanatory there. With those two, I wouldn't really see them connecting, especially Bob, because he wants to shy away from all that power talk. So, and plus, Wanda will probably be, I don't know if she'll still be mad at everyone else for, going against her, or especially Doctor Strange, but who knows if they'll even interact. I mean, I didn't never thought of that ever happening in the movie, or the thought never came to me, so I can't say I would see that happening.
The thought never came to me either.
I really only have one thing to say about this. If they were theoretically to team up or have a conversation, I just think that it could work because both of them are not, just for lack of a better terms, they're not right in the head, both of them. So they could probably connect on some form right there. But I also can see the opposite, where when Bob feels any type of tension, he likes to go into his shell. Wanda comes out of her shell and becomes something else, if that makes any sense. So that would be interesting from that perspective, but I really just don't see a reason for them to even conversate, really. I don't know if I just feel that way, or
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't see the reason why they would too. I mean, it'd be cool just because, oh, they know each other exists and like, hey, what's up? But yeah, I can't, because even with the Void / Sentry, his powers aren't magic based and they have nothing to do with anything from the mystic plane. That's why there's no reason at all unless, hey, Wanda's powerful, so we need someone that could like stall or, fight against her. But even then, I go back with the Superman idea, right? Where you think, oh, let's send in Superman. He could, stall and heavy hit and whatever. But one of his weaknesses is magic, so And I know Superman and Sentry/The Void are the same thing, but the principle is still the same. Where you have this near omnipotent, indestructible character, but versus magic, well, they can't do jack squat. So yeah.
Okay, so I think we pretty much answered that one.
Oh yeah, and Superman still sucks.
Okay, and this is our DC fan over here. So from EME,
Dumb Clark. That's what it stands for.
Hey Alex and Lizzie, thank you for having us. Is Peggy going to be in Secret Wars? Alex responds, I could see her being a part of Doom's court.
Want a part of my court?
Who wants to start
I
this?
feel like anyone would court her. You kidding me? But damn, that's concerning. Could this be a little twist on the whole Captain Hydra thing that people were speculating way back when? With Doom having his court a villain? If she's gonna join Doom, I could see that possibly being a little twist on Captain Hydra. I mean, she passed away in Multiverse of Madness, so which version of Peggy is this?
I mean, she'll be half the woman she was if she's.
Oh, God. Yeah. Too soon. Too soon. But yeah, no, I mean, I would love to see Peggy, obviously, either Captain UK or Captain Hydra, who knows, but that would be really cool to see.
Captain Carter.
Captain Carter, there you go, my bad.
No, you were right there. You were just like right down the middle.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Did he say Captain UK?
I know.
He said Captain UK.
Oh, that's my bad. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Captain
Captain
British.
Carter, my bad.
Captain Great Britain.
Great Britain? Oh, gosh.
Captain God Save the Queen.
Underground Killer. Okay.
But yeah, no, seriously though, it would be interesting to have her be part of Doom's court, and that could be the MCU's twist on Captain Hydra. So, yeah, kill two birds with one stone, give Steve Rogers kind of like his foil against Doom. Like, oh, why is, Captain America back, Steve Rogers? Oh, well, now we know why he's back. He has to face off his evil version of his wife. And all right, cool. Like, let's see how this plays out. Oh, yeah. I mean, I just want to see her on screen. And I don't care, man. I just need more Captain Carter. I mean, if she's with Doom, Doom's right. I don't care what Doom's doing. Just he's right, she's right. Oh yeah, muscle mommy. I agree. Just go. I fully agree with Doom. Just if she's with them, it's just Team Doom all the way.
Team Doom all the way is correct. The only thing I really have to add on to this is there was speculation about Peggy already joining Doom's court already. She's actually rumored to be one of the quote-unquote Dooms with a purple robe and a golden mask, I believe is what it was. So this is not too shocking for me, but I think we might see this in Doomsday, not in Secret Wars. But that's just me. Good.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Next question. So iCast05 asked the question, hey Alex, hope you're doing well. I don't really have any specific questions. What a great way to start a Q&A, by the way. But I was just wondering if there were any cool tidbits you might have heard about Avengers Secret Wars recently. And Alex responds, just the exploration of a two-parter. I can confirm through sources and evidence provided recently that the Russos have another Avengers film that they're working on aside from Doomsday and Secret Wars. Based on their statements, there's a chance it'll involve splitting Secret Wars into two. However, it could also be the next Avengers installment. So let's start with you, Henry. What do you think about what Alex just said there?
I do believe that they were gonna split it into two because there's a lot in Secret Wars that has to be explored. So I was already predetermined that yeah, they're gonna split that movie into two parts. And considering I saw like a lot of mock-up pictures of like when they had the panel of showing all the movies in the future, that Secret Wars was the last one listed, and then next to it was blanked out, but it said question mark, and it had like the same outline of Secret Wars. So I was like, okay, they're gonna split it into two. If they were to make it into a new Avengers movie, I don't. Nothing really comes to mind to me about what that could be. So I fully believe it's a two-parter.
The only thing I want to add on to that is back in April, I want to say, there were rumors of this exact thing about Avengers Secret Wars being split into two films. The only problem with that was Robert Downey Jr.'s salary, which would mean they would have to give him another 50 plus million.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, to do another Avengers film, which I don't think financially that makes sense, but I do agree with Henry that there is a lot of story in Secret Wars that you cannot do in a 3-hour movie. It would have to be at least 2 seasons or at least 3 movies, I would say.
3
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Wow.
It's a huge story. It's
That would
huge.
mean a lot. It would have
Pause there, Alex.
No, I mean 3 movies though. At that point, you would have to probably hit like the 70 million, like almost as much as Otani's salary is.
I
Let's go,
literally
baby.
think you can do a whole movie just on the Beyonders.
Mm.
Just explaining who the Beyonders are, what their role is to the universe,
Yeah.
all that. I think that could take a whole movie.
Oh man, that's a lot. Yeah, I get it.
You have anything to add, Mr. Lex?
I mean, I'm just gonna piggyback off of you two. Secret Wars, both in the comics and the other, I guess, tie-ins and spin-offs that its ramifications has throughout the comics. That is a lot of information. If we were doing it based on just the comics, I gotta agree with Doom. It would be a 3-movie amount of just story to pack in. However, it's the MCU. I doubt they're gonna deep dive as much as the comics did, especially since, like I said in the beginning, there were ramifications from Secret Wars that spread throughout other storylines. But a 2-parter movie, definitely agree. Definitely am on board with that, especially if we want the story to be told well and just kept in the MCU bubble. Yeah, 2 movies is more than enough to get enough information on all the characters that we've seen so far.
Yeah, well said. The only thing I was really just going to add was, I mean, just based on where Marvel is currently at, just with their fans and trying to regain fans that they lost since the pandemic, really. I just don't think it makes sense to go that route, because then you're just taking another unnecessary risk that, if it doesn't pay off, will actually harm your brand more than helping it. So that would just be my take.
Actually, just really quick out of curiosity, and I'll ask you last, Henry, since you're the reason why I'm bringing this up. So I'm going to ask you first with Secret Wars, right? If the other hidden project is just what would it be? 5th, 6th, 7th, assuming Secret Wars is a 2-parter, 8th, since it would be the 8th Avengers movie, what Avengers movie would you make? What storyline would you want with the Avengers? And I'll just make it even easier for you. Let's say somehow Secret Wars brought back every character. Just make it easy, because we don't know who's going to die, who's going to live in between now, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. So let's say we have every freaking character. What would your 8th Avengers movie be? And I'll ask you that question too.
Are we starting with me first?
Yeah, you first, because
Okay.
Henry was the one who brought it up, but he's like, oh, well, I wouldn't know what they would do, so it has to be a 2-parter. So you first.
Okay, so it does it have to be an Avengers movie?
Yeah, that's the point, because in the question and what like Henry was saying is that, oh, the Russo brothers, if you don't mind. Where is it? Where is it? Russo's have another Avengers film they're working on. So it has to be an Avengers movie. So it has to be a whole like team ensemble. But like I said, I'll make it easier for you. Every character is alive and well. So
That one is a little tough. Only because if I'm following the script here, the Doomsday Secret Wars, honestly, it would have the Avengers film I would work on would be take place after Doomsday, and it would probably have to be about the survivors of the raft.
So just really quick, so that when it's Henry's turn too, time wise, it does have to be after Doomsday and after Secret Wars. So you can't just say like, oh, this is gonna be like a prequel movie in between.
No.
Okay, cool.
I meant like it follows.
Yeah,
Doomsday.
it follows after Doomsday and it follows after. Okay, yeah.
So that's what the movie I would be working on is. I would show about the survivors in the raft. That's the film I would work on. What about you, Mr. Henry?
I mean, if it comes to the point where it's after Secret Wars, the only thing we have left would be the new Avengers that they're setting up. So that's really the only thing I could possibly think about. What it will be about. I mean, they're setting it up now, but like very bleakly. It was the thing with Mephisto and what's her name? Ironheart. He could be a big bad. I know it's not going to be an Avengers level threat, but it just has to do with something with the new Avengers. That's what I'm thinking.
And when you say the new Avengers, are you talking about the kid versions, like their sons and their daughters of the OG cast, or just the new Avengers of Ironheart, Kate Bishop, who's the other youngling, Shang-Chi?
Yeah, the latter.
The latter. Okay, so not the kids versions of like Thor and the son of. Okay, all right. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I feel like after Secret Wars, you kind of do tell a lot of the mainstream stories that everyone knows from the comics. I actually would like to see a live on-screen adaptation of the Avengers versus the X-Men, but specifically the storyline where it's Cyclops taking over as the leader of the X-Men and he's becoming more ruthless, more heartless and whatever. And it's the government that's contracting, more specifically Steve Rogers, Captain America, but to bring in the X-Men. Because I think it would be great that, yes, at the end of the day, the X-Men did help defeat Doom and, we saved the day and whatever. But assuming everyone is now living in the 616 universe, all the regular people are going to be scared of the X-Men because they were the original people killing off other universes for the incursion. And I doubt we're going to go the full racism allegory of, oh, you're a mutie, and everyone in the mainstream comics, for whatever reason, hates mutants. Like, oh, you got bit by a radioactive spider? We like you. Oh, you were in a science experiment gone wrong? We like you. Oh, you have an X gene? It'll get away from me, mutie. So I doubt, especially in 2026, we're going to go with the racism allegory. But I would like to see that storyline where people hate the X-Men. In this case, it won't be because of the racism. It'll be because we're scared of you. You were the original, universe killers. So we want the Avengers to bring the X-Men into justice. That I feel would be a cool Avengers movie.
I can't disagree. I can't disagree with that. Okay. Are we ready for our last question? All right. So Cosmic River asks, hi, Alex and Lizzie. Thank you for this once again. Hope you are all well. Will Secret Wars give us any passing the mantle scenes or moments from one character to another? Alex responds, too early to tell, but I don't think so, to be honest.
That's where I fear that contracting from different properties of different companies is where that's going to probably hinder that answer. I would want to believe that Peter Parker in some way gets a passing of the torch, but with Sony doing Sony things, we don't know how that's going to come out with possibly Miles Morales getting something or Peter getting something. But it looks like, there's a lot of people speculating Kate Bishop could be the next leader. It would be cool, but there's a lot of moments where they could do for any other character. Say the X-Men could pass the torch to say the new cast of X-Men, or say Deadpool in that case. But yeah, I could see it's too early to tell right now, I would say.
The only passing of the mantle scene that I would possibly see would probably be the Captain America thing. So like Sam either giving the shield back from Steve or Steve getting it back from Sam. Something like that. Maybe like I'm just gonna throw a random character like Ghost Rider. So like if Nick Cage's Ghost Rider links up with the new Ghost Rider and like passing the mantle like that. If we get a new Iron Man and for some reason we get RDJ's Iron Man in there still and then he mentor, like that's the only way I see the passing of the mantle. As far as like the reboot, I don't think the reboot's gonna have anything to do with this iteration of the MCU. I think it's gonna be completely X-Men heavy.
No, I mean, I do feel like you have a point there, Doom, in that passing of the mantle. The legacy characters are already gone at this point, right? There is no more Steve Rogers. We don't have Thor mainstream, like with the team all the time, etc. RDJ is dead. The in real life issues with, why can I not remember Hawkeye's name?
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner, thank you. I just feel like if there is going to be a passing of the torch moment, it is going to lead into the new Avengers. And I feel it's going to be a mixture of both what Henry was saying with the new kids on the block, Ironheart, Kate Bishop, Shang-Chi, but it will also include the new Avengers storyline of their kids. So how Thor adopted what's her name? The daughter of Christian Bale's character?
Gore.
Gore, thank you. How Thor adopted Gore. It rhymes. How Thor adopted the daughter of Gore. She's gonna be the next Thor. With Captain America, we saw that he has a kid in the teaser trailer. So maybe they'll do a time skip, right? Where, okay, now he's or she, we don't know the gender, is the new Captain America. With RDJ, I feel like it won't be RDJ, it'll be Ironheart, but Ironheart will either have access, or you know what? It doesn't have to be Ironheart, but Ironheart or Tom Holland Spider-Man will somehow still have access to Tony Stark and Stark Industries tech. They'll find someone, and both of them together will give the suit and all the technology to the next Iron Man. I just feel like it's going to, they could actually give it to Iron Man's daughter. I forgot that she exists. So all of these passing of the torch or the mantle, I don't think it's going to be a huge, like, I don't think it's going to be a huge event. I just feel it's just going to set up the new Avengers and the young Avengers. It'll just be their kids saying, okay, you're the new whatever now. Even Black Panther 2, we show that he has a son. So it's just, all right, we'll now give him the title of Black Panther. So it'll just be that, like, okay, all of the OG casts are either worth millions to shoot 8 minutes with, or their contracts are expired and they want to work with Christopher Nolan in the Odyssey or something. So it's just like, all right, that's their way out, and what's the easiest way to do? Let's just hire a bunch of new people or C/B-list actors. They're not going to cost millions for 8 minutes of screen time. And there we go. Oh, yeah. Doom, how do you feel about this passing of the mantle?
I've been looking forward to the passing of the mantle since I saw that abysmal Secret Invasion show. Yes, I know I brought it up many times.
Super
I brought it up
Scroll.
many times because it is that bad. It almost made me get off of Marvel. Super Scroll. So as long as we don't get anything like that again, I'm totally on board for whatever Marvel has cooking. That's my take. What about you, Mr. Henry?
I mean, what's there to say about passing of the torches? I mean, with the big Avengers level event like that with Secret Wars, it's gonna be inevitable. Then, but yeah, I highly believe it's gonna be the setup for the new Avengers for sure, or the young Avengers. Who knows what name they pick?
Or both. Because the new Avengers and the young Avengers are
the
two
young
different.
new Avengers, but
Ooh.
both the young new Avengers. There, but yeah, I highly see that happening. I do agree with you though. It's not. I feel it's not gonna be a big event in the end of the movie where it's gonna be like, oh, all right, since we're gonna be going away or we're gonna retire, here you go. Here's the shield or here's the bow. It's just gonna be like, oh, like an off stand, kind of like their a moment where Tony passes away and they have that funeral. It's kind of similar where it's gonna be like a few minutes of them just saying, hey, you're gonna have to run things now. So I agree.
I mean, yeah, I definitely gotta agree with you. It has to be done. It is inevitable. I just, again, not that it's unimportant because we're dealing with either new child actors or these already B-C-list characters. Nothing against them. They've done wonderful jobs in their respective movies and shows. It's just won't be as big and as emotional because at this point in time, we have not seen Doom Wars or Doomsday or Secret Wars, so we don't know if we're going to get emotionally attached to these characters or not, et cetera, et cetera. But at this point in time, it's just these passing of the torches. Well, we already know these characters, and clearly they're leading on to make them the next Black Panther, make them the next Hawkeye, make them the next whatever. It's just not as heart-wrenching as it was when we saw Captain America give the shield for the first time to Sam, or when we saw Tony Stark knight Spider-Man as an Avenger. It's just, there's no build-up to it. I mean, yeah, that's just my take, and I'm kind of glad to see that we all agree on this. I think, was that it for the questions?
That is it for the Q&As.
Just one question for the audience then.
Huh?
What would be your plot line or your story for Avengers 8, right? I think we said if we did Secret Wars as a two-parter, it would be the 8th Avenger movie. Please like and put a comment below of what your version of Avengers 8 would be, because clearly, just like MCU, we're kind of running out of big name and big story ideas to make an 8th Avenger movie if they're going that route. But if you have anything, please let us know.
Please let us know and just comment down below, comment on our Instagrams, and we will get back. We'll put it on the video. Okay, let's go into our final topic of the day, guys. And it involves a very hot game that's been around since the early 90s, right? Early 90s. And it's still one of the hottest games, well, one of the hottest franchise games out today. And that is
poker.
Street poker.
Strip poker?
Oh,
you dirty dog.
Oh, they're Francais.
Well, looks like I got a better hand. So which am I taking off first?
Must be a peach of a hand.
Okay. Grand Theft Auto 6.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go,
Oh,
baby.
man.
Vice City is back.
Yes, it is.
Best game of the whole franchise, Vice City.
Let me get your first thoughts first. We'll start with you, Henry.
Well, as we've seen with the trailer, they're pretty much hyping up the hell out of Vice City. I mean, who hasn't played the original Vice City game? I mean, okay, like it looks pretty good. Their engine makes the whole world look so crisp and clean, like borderline realistic.
80s and ladies, baby. 80s and ladies.
Everyone's talking about that too, but I mostly care about cars and story, so I'm more of that type of guy. Yeah. But I'm hyped, of course. And also the pre-order release was just yesterday. So, if anyone's interested, go ahead and take a look.
Really quick, not Henry being like that one
Got
scene.
that ultimate bundle, baby.
Not like Henry being that one scene in Fast and Furious where they asked Dom, like, what was it like, what's your type or what type of woman are you into? And he goes like, oh, as long as it's a nice body and fast ride, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's basically you. But yeah, that's Henry right there, like dodging the question of his sexual taste. And it's just like, I like cars.
I mean, the Lucia character, she's fine as it is. I mean, we get to play both of them, so I want to see how that plays out. But yeah, no, regardless of the fact, I'm super hyped for it. They're super hyped for it. And I can't wait. I mean, November can't come soon enough.
Let's go, baby.
But here is the kicker.
Damn it.
I am a huge fan of physical media. So
Hell yeah, physical all the way.
I love owning shit. I love owning my games and I love owning my movies.
Do you like the physicals?
Yes.
Physical's better.
Physical's always better. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker, though, that Rockstar decided to do last minute.
Kicker in the nards, by the way.
Kicker what?
To the nards. Kicker to the nards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Straight,
Especially
yeah.
for me, I was a little bit heartbroken. But last second, they decided for the first batch of physical releases are diskless, meaning they're only going to be providing a digital code. Now, that sucks. I mean, I'm going to have to be patient now and wait to pre-order if they're going to release one with disc and or if they come out with a collector's edition. What's going on?
If they come out with a collector's edition,
Yeah,
let them finish.
You said what, Liz?
diskless. Oh, that's okay. All right.
This
Really?
was for clowns.
Diskless the clown. Okay, all right, fine. That sounded close, but I said that's why I enunciated. I enunciated diskless. Okay, there's no disc for the physical release. What? What's wrong? Oh my god, you guys are clowns. All right,
Dickless clowns.
diskless clowns. Yes. All right, fine. I'll play with the joke. There's no disc. Calm yourselves. There's no disc. And here's the other kicker.
Isn't there another way to say that word so that we don't laugh at
Okay, there's no physical copy there.
it? No. The actual
CD.
tool.
The CD?
CD's done. I got
Bruh.
it. When you said it, I'm like, oh, don't kill the joke.
Voice my frustrations here. I guess you're making light of the situation. That's fine. I'm calming down, but oh my god.
All right, we'll go on mute.
That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm calming down. But still, there's no physical disc in the physical case. It's just the code. And they locked some content that should be in the game already behind the Ultimate Edition. And what I mean by this is that the base game itself is $80. So, yes, that's $10 more than the average game we buy. So, okay, they're testing the water with that. But then they lock out the auto body shop. We don't know if it's exclusive with the Ultimate Edition, but they lock out the auto body shop. They lock out the clothing store, and they lock out the barber, which you can like edit your facial hair, your hair in general, and makeup and stuff for your characters. behind the $100 Ultimate Edition. That's kind of shitty. I'm not gonna lie. That, to me, seems that they're trying to justify their $100 price market tag for all the work they put into it. Sure, they did put a lot of money into this game, and it shows because it looks beautiful. But they are also kind of lying to us about the whole promise of the game being $70 to $80 originally. So that's where I kind of got a little pissed off, and that's where I'm trying to be patient, at least for when they do announce, and this is speculation, that they're going to wait a month after initial launch to bring out the physical copies with the discs. So for that, I'm going to have to be patient and not pre-order right away. That's my situation. How about you guys? How do you feel about the whole ordeal?
So, in all seriousness, after Henry wanted to make fun of the situation with his Freudian slips and his terrible CD jokes,
I didn't even mean
right?
it.
I mean, we're frustrated, and he's over here just it's ridiculous.
Sure.
But yeah, I agree with Henry 100%. My first issue is, how are they calling it the first batch of physical releases if there is no disc? Like, just by definition, Henry, how is it a physical release with no disc?
It's literally just a case with the code, which is like the standard practice they're doing with the Nintendo Switch 2 games, which I'm also against.
And Doom, I believe that if you buy something on digital, isn't it just the case with the code?
You were talking specifically
Any game, just any game.
Yeah.
Right? So again, how can they call it the first batch of physical releases if there is no actual disc? There is no physical CD to put into your console. That is just, again, I cannot stand that by definition.
I'm livid. That they shouldn't be calling it that, if anything.
100%, because like Henry over here, I am a collector of physical media. I have so many Blu-rays and DVDs and 4K movies. All of my games that I've bought in the last 10 to maybe 15 years have all been physical, even if they've been the ultimate editions or mega editions or collector's editions, whatever, fancy words they use. All have been physical. I've even had to take the bullet and either get games or movies or whatever type of media later, just so I could buy it in its physical version, in its disc or in its CD or in its whatever non-digital version. So that out of me makes me upset, because GTA 6 in Vice City, based in the best version of GTA, in my opinion, which was Vice City, I was super hyped and am still super hyped and am still excited to want to play it, but not at the cost of not owning it physically. Because, and this isn't even like a personal, like, oh, everything must be physical. This is just the kick to the nards. I feel like I was spat on in my face, and not in the way that Doom pays a hooker to do it. It's just unbelievable. Like, you're calling this physical, and it's not physical. If you said, okay, here's a physical game for $100, I would be mad at the upcharge. Sure. Like Henry was saying, originally they said the full game was going to be the $70 to $80 bracket.
Yeah, it's $80. The base game is $80 currently.
Cool, fine. Charge me an extra $20 to get the disc. But at least you're not spitting on my face and telling me it's raining by saying, here's the physical version, discless. Really? Just unbelievable. And the second part, though I can understand there are DLCs to games when you buy the ultimate or the collectors or the whatever edition, that extra content that you do get makes sense why you pay the extra for it. However, if what would it be? Not events. What would you call it, you guys? In gameplay or kind of like the barbershop, the auto shop. What would you call that?
In-game mechanics.
Mechanics. Thank you. If regular in-game mechanics are blocked off, not extra stuff, not DLC content, just regular built in-game mechanics are blocked off, that makes no sense to me. If you told me, hey, I get a regular AK, but Doom over here gets a golden AK because he got the collector's edition, fine. We both have AKs, these are just golden. Or maybe his shots shoot freaking missiles instead of bullets. Fine, makes sense. But if I can't even get an AK at all, that makes no sense. If he can customize his character because he has the barbershop, but I can't, I stay as the base skin, that to me makes no sense as well. How can you limit mechanics because of the price range? That I am 100% on board with Henry here in both of those major points. Doom, how do you feel?
Okay, so let me just say first and foremost that I agree with both of your guys' positions. I don't agree with Rockstar, the way they're handling that. But I did do a little research while you guys were doing your preamble. And I did remember that when GTA 5 came out, online was not available right away. I believe it took like 2 weeks, at least from what my research is telling me. So I genuinely feel that GTA 6 is going to follow that same timeline. They're going to release the game, and then maybe 2 weeks to a month later, they'll release online, mainly because they want people to play the actual story, which if I created a game like that was going to be that big, I could definitely see why they wouldn't include online on day one. People spent over 13 years making this game, and for sure I want people to see my work. So I get that part of it. The only part that I can't really understand, yes, I don't understand why they're messing with the consumer like this. Like for me, I did buy the premium edition, the bundle. But if I'm being honest, none of what was on the bundle made me go like, oh, because it has that, I have to get the bundle. No. It wasn't because of that. It was just because I wanted to have all the features, and I've been waiting 13 years for this game, man. So like, I want to play it, and if I want to play it, I want to play it the best way I can. And that was the best way I could do it as of right now. So, but no, I definitely agree with their points. I don't like that Rockstar is doing that. Just at this point, like, don't be playing with the consumers, telling them it's going to be $70, and then we come out and it's $10 more than what you actually promised. So that part I don't think is cool. I don't like the packages either. I mean, it's Grand Theft Auto. This is not Call of Duty. So it's like, it doesn't make sense to really do that. If anything, have it as an achievement or something we could work towards to get that. I'm saying it shouldn't have to be because I spent $10 more, they shouldn't get the benefits that I got. So that's just my take on it. But while we're on the subject, tell me what you guys are excited for. Like, what have you guys seen that's like, oh, okay, I have to play this game. I can't wait till I get to this part.
So for me, the story overall is what captivates me. I mean, I know I haven't finished GTA 5 still, but I know. But having played up to the halfway point, I think where I left off on was when I had to make the decision of who to kill in the end. That's where I had to stop because I didn't want to kill Michael or Trevor. And apparently I found out later that there was a secret third option where he could have killed off all the head honchos that I didn't get. So I'm going to have to replay the game to the point where I can do that. So that's where I'm going to have to work on. But the story is what captivates me, first of all. And then, of course, as I mentioned, possibly in another podcast, is that I've also played the online for 11 years. So I love the online portion too, and I can't wait for that to come out as well. But for me, having the story of both Lucia and Jason, I believe that's their names. I can't wait to see where this goes. I mean, it's been so many years since I played the original Vice City, to where I'm gonna finally explore Vice City again, like I did it when I was a kid, and especially with the beautiful graphics they use with, I believe it was Unreal Engine 5, and also the car play. I love classic looking cars. I love the way GTA does their car mechanics in general, the way you can customize everything to your fitting. Uh, love them to bits. I mean, I love it as close as I love the Forza game. I just love cars in general. I mean, I grew up with the Fast and Furious franchise. I like even remaking those cars too in the game. So I'm all for it. That's basically how I feel about these Grand Theft Auto games, especially with 4, 5, and now 6. The way that they did car play, it was fun. It was open, and the way you get to explore on your own volition, I love it to bits. So seeing how this map, according to Rockstar, is going to be way bigger than GTA 5's map. I mean, what's there to love about that? I love being able to explore more, especially with how limited exploration was in the original Vice City game. We get to explore more now. Hell yeah, I'm all for it. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Anything else that excites you, Mr. Lex, or anything you want to talk about involving GTA 6?
I mean, with any game, right? You want to see the story, you want to see what it's all about. Maybe there's new gameplay mechanics. I'm excited for the game in and of itself, but honestly, what sold me on GTA 6 was just we're in Vice City, baby. Out of all the GTAs growing up playing with them, Vice City is just the best one, in my opinion. Has a very, very special place in my heart. It's what allowed me to, believe it or not, learn more about the 80s, not just the music, because obviously the music was a big part, but just that decade in general. I honestly feel like that game got me more excited to learn about history more than school or history class ever did. I even remember asking my uncles too, the cool uncles who would let you play GTA and, your parents wouldn't know. Hey, so, when you were growing up, is this true of the 80s or did this song come out? And, so yeah, it definitely has a special place in my heart. And Unreal 5 engine graphics in my most beloved game. That is what I'm excited for. I don't want to say I could care less about the story and the new characters and whatever. Honestly, I am just treating this game as GTA Vice City for the PS5. I am excited to play the game and to see what new features and gameplay and mechanics they have out for this game, but I'm going to be honest with you too. This is just GTA 5 in modern console version. So, I'm sorry, this is just GTA 3 Vice City in just modern console version. So let's go. I'm excited. Doom, how do you feel about this game?
Well, like I said in my first statement, I've been waiting 13 years. And I also did pre-order GTA 5 when it came out. I love Grand Theft Auto. I've been playing it since GTA 1, so I'd literally seen it from when the point of view was like a helicopter, and now we're actually in an Unreal Engine 5 world, so what's not to like? And for me, when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, I'm more excited to see how they fit the culture, like our current culture, into this game, and how it. I just want to see their take on that, because when GTA 5 came out, I had that exact same interest, and I was pleasantly surprised at some of the stuff that they put in there, especially when you play it later. You get to see how things evolve, and you get to see some of the things they got right and wrong. I'm excited for that ride with GTA 6. So I can't wait till it releases. It does release close to my birthday as well, so that is gonna be quite a week off I'm gonna have playing that game. So I'm excited. I'm generally excited for GTA 6. So there's nothing really specific that I'm excited about, but I just want to play the game and just dive deep into it. But before we get out of here, guys, we can't get out of here without us talking about Black Ops 1 and 2 re-release.
Wow, we're going there, huh?
We are going
Absolutely.
there.
GTA 6 wasn't enough. All right.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been asking for this damn rerun for about 2 years now, ever since they did the original Modern Warfare 1 and 2. When those came out, I was like, okay, so when's Black Ops 1 and 2? Treyarch? Come on. Gonna bring it out now? Nope, no word for that until finally they announced that in mid-July or sometime in July, they're gonna be releasing both Black Ops. And goddamn, am I excited!
For me, I loved Black Ops 1 when it came out. It was game changing for me just because the story was so well written and it had a little twist at the end too, which was probably one of the best twists I've ever experienced in a game.
Jaw
So,
dropping as shit.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I Black Ops 1 is a classic to me. But Black Ops 2, guys, Black Ops 2, I can tell you guys so many off-camera stories about that game. I have so many that I can't say on here. But I have a lot of
Don't
memories.
disclose our chat.
I have similar stories as well. I can't say it on here because someone's watching and they know who they are.
Yeah, no, mine are just they're too graphic for YouTube airwaves. I'll definitely tell you guys off camera, but definitely I had a lot of fun with that game. Don't not get me started with the zombie origins map, because I was the nerd where I learned how to get all the staffs. I learned how to put the zombies in a specific rotation to where they could never get me. I was really scientific when I was playing Origins. So I was very, very excited to see that they were finally re-releasing it, because I am going to be on there. I'm going to take the Lex approach when it comes to Lego Batman. I might stay up a day or two and not sleep. So
Honestly, same here. I
Damn
gotta say,
straight.
because I want to relive my nostalgia of playing Transit and doing the damn Easter egg. Because holy shit, I loved playing Transit so damn much.
okay, can I join that journey with you? You don't mind?
Of course,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I
let's
mean,
do
you
it.
have to
Let's
add
do
me,
it.
you know. But
Let's do
yeah,
it.
So
I would
we're
love
gonna
to have
have
a
a
team.
very special Lore Room Pod, the sleepover episode. Get ready for that one.
We're gonna record ourselves playing Transit and yelling at each other.
It's just gonna be a bunch of bleeps and black bars over our mouths, but we got this.
Oh man, they'll be like, "Let me in the bus! Let me in the bus!"
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've been asking for Black Ops 2 specifically to be released for a long time. I even went as far as to make a mod on my computer to play it again. So that should just tell you all how excited I am to play Black Ops 2 again. So that's going to be cool. And I'm excited to relive a little bit of nostalgia. So, a lot of good video games coming out.
I agree. I'm probably gonna do like 2 all-nighters for those 2 games alone.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be magical, I must say. Well, that does conclude our episode for today. Episode number 4 of the Lore Room Pod with Doom Corleone, Lex, and Henry Castle. Please like and subscribe to our video on YouTube at the Lore Room Pod. Please leave us a comment, any content or material you guys want us to cover. Please, you could shout us out on our Instagrams. Mine is Anthony_loreroom.pod. We're not going to ask Lex because he never remembers his handle. We're going to ask.
just follow them and then find me through them. Just
And my handle is
Yeah.
SpideyFTW2899 for the win. That's what that meant. If
Yeah.
anyone was curious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe on this video if you're watching on YouTube. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So anywhere you could find us. And again, like I always say, we will see you in the next video. See you
later, Lore
All right,
Horse.
take care.
Ciao.